Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and today I'm going to be starting a moving vlog. Moving sucks, and so to make it more exciting, I was like, why don't I just vlog the experience? Maybe that'll make it seem a little bit more fun if I'm creating a video along with it. Also, I don't show you a lot outside of me reading books. I don't show a lot into my life, and so I thought this would be a fun way to kind of intro doing that a little more, just to show you a little bit more about what goes on in my life. I don't think I'm ever gonna be full like lifestyle type of vlogging around books, but I do think it would be nice to show a little bit more around what's going on in my world. So right now I'm getting ready to go through a really big move, moving from Pennsylvania down to Florida. Moved up to Pennsylvania last year from North Carolina. It was just a very quick move. If you're like, Ashley, didn't you just move last year? I did. We're moving again down to Florida this time, an even bigger trip. So we've been gearing up, but honestly, I feel like we tried more in our packing efforts last year because it was our first time going through a big move, and now we're just like throwing shit in boxes and getting out of here. We've been packing for just a couple of days now, not like consecutive days. Got boxes sitting kind of all over the place. The thing I have preserved is the bookshelves so that I could film, but I just finally filmed the last video that I needed to pre-film so that I have content to go out while I am moving. Also, typically I stop talking in these videos when there's loud noises outside, like a helicopter or a siren or loud moving trolleys and vehicles, or my dog barking, because there are loud noises going on outside. But you know, this is the last time we're filming here, so I'm just not even gonna worry about it today. This is just saying goodbye to all the loud noises of this very loud city that I will really not miss very much at all. But yeah, like I said, the bookshelves have been the last to stick around. Gonna be packing these up today, gonna be finishing up packing for the most part today because we head out in just a couple days. So today is Saturday. On Wednesday, the movers are coming to take all of our stuff, and then we're doing the pods moving system where they keep your stuff for a couple days because it takes them a little bit longer. So what my week is going to look like is finishing up packing this weekend. On Wednesday, the movers come. On Thursday, I'm going to be leaving, and then I'm going to be staying with my family in North Carolina for a week, and then I will be driving down to Florida. So this will be a wild kind of 2 weeks, week and a half, but that was going to be the most cost-efficient way to do the move. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, we're gonna finish up packing hopefully today or tomorrow, next couple of days. So I'll throw in some B-roll kind of montage stuff of us packing up, and the next time I talk to you, I'll be leaving the city. It is moving day and my house is completely empty. We have a couple of things left sitting around, like we kept a fan out because we are gonna still sleep here. Well, I'm only gonna be sleeping here for one more night, but my partner's gonna be here for another week. And this rug we're getting rid of. Cooper has been a very good boy all day. He's a little bit confused, but not nearly as confused as he was when we first moved here. Yeah, see, it's not that scary. We had a talk earlier. I explained to him the moving process, and I think he understood. I think he got it. You get it? Yeah, you got it. But yeah, today was not so bad. Definitely could have been better. We hired movers. Well, we did the pod system, so they keep your stuff for like a week, and then we hired movers to come lift all our stuff and put it in the pod because we didn't want to do all of that. Of course, everyone was late, as they always are. Life pro tip, if you're gonna hire movers, just expect them to be an hour late. Last year when we moved, they were like almost 2 hours late. Actually, I think they were over 2 hours late. And then this time they were supposed to be at 8:30, and the pod was 30 minutes late, and the movers were like an hour and 15 minutes late. So you just gotta plan for that because they're never on time. But it was much less stressful this time knowing that that was how it was gonna go, but everything got done in time, so it was fine. But yeah, this is it. This is my empty home. There's things we're like throwing away that are still here, but I don't think I've ever really like shown you my house because I don't know, it makes me like a little worried with privacy, but I'm leaving, so I can show you some cool things about my house now. So my favorite thing is these pocket doors. These slide closed. I'll show you. Isn't that cool? So that's always been probably my favorite thing about this house. Some of my not favorite things is the people who lived here before had a dog that just like tore up a lot of things. So this door is completely torn up, and like this doorknob isn't even a full doorknob. We don't really know what the situation was with that. And then there was a lot of like scratches everywhere, but we were only here for a year, so we didn't really care. This boy didn't do any scratches. It definitely was not this boy. Another thing I really like is our fireplaces. So we have 2 of them, and neither of them are functional, but they make really nice decor. And then there's also this like built-in bookshelf that has been in here, which has been really cute. This is where I would sit and work every day with my desk. So I have a nice little view outside of the window, pretty view here. And then this fireplace is even more unique. It has like weird little things on it. I don't really know, but this is where our TV was, and it's a cute little fireplace. And then this was my little reading nook. You've seen this before. And then I don't know if I ever showed you the ceiling, but there's like stars painted up there, which is really cute. And yeah, that's like all the exciting parts of the home. Then it's just the kitchen and the bedroom and all the lesser exciting things. But yeah, this is it. I'm really not feeling any kind of emotions at all. I thought I would be like happier and more relieved to be leaving, or maybe even a little sad at this point, but I kind of don't feel anything at all. I just want it to be over with and I want to get it done. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow to drive down to North Carolina, which is a 9-hour drive, which is gonna be so much fun. Cooper's coming with me, so he's super excited about it too. And then I'm gonna be in North Carolina for like a week before I actually go all the way down to Florida. So it'll be like a nice little pit stop along the way. But yeah, saying goodbye to this house. I'm filming on my phone because my camera is packed far away. Don't know where it is. Not worth finding right now. But I am in North Carolina. I've been here for a week and I'm getting ready to drive down to Florida today. I'm going in just a couple of hours. Last night was a train wreck with trying to get my partner on a flight to get out of Philadelphia because flying is just so difficult right now and he had so many issues. His plane got delayed for a little bit and then he got on the plane, but they didn't have a pilot. The pilot was running late and then they got the pilot. They tried to take off. The technology was broken, so they had to take the plane back for maintenance. Then they didn't want them to fly that plane, so they had to move them to a different plane. And then the plane that they got on had too much fuel, so they had to siphon fuel out of that. And then by the time that was all over, the co-pilot's hours for the day had run out, so then they didn't have a co-pilot, so they had to completely cancel the flight. So we spent like 4 hours just waiting and going back and forth with planes, all to just not fly. Luckily was able to get out early this morning and I'm gonna be driving down to Florida here in a bit and then we'll meet him down there. But I did want to tell you a little bit about my week here in North Carolina, what I've been reading, what I've been watching. It's gonna be pretty quick because I don't want to like sit here for 30 minutes and tell you about every book I read this week because I did read quite a bit. What I read on the way down on the drive, I listened to the audiobook for The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. This has come highly recommended to
to me. I know a lot of my friends are loving Lucinda Berry right now, and I thought it was pretty good. It's a story about this couple who really wants children, but they can't have children. They end up getting to adopt this child. First, they start by fostering. They both work at a hospital, and this kid comes in and is really like beaten up, has obviously been abused, and they foster the kid for a bit, and then they decide to adopt it. The mom has a lot harder time connecting with this girl. The dad loves the little girl, and it's kind of like an evil child type story, but it's like, is she evil or is she just traumatized? It's mostly psychological, I feel. It's not like a creepy demon child where you think there's something supernatural going on, really. So I thought it was fine, but it was more of just like a psychological suspense, a psychological drama, not super twisty, really slow paced, really good character studies, but overall just a 3-star for me. Wasn't a new favorite or anything. That was the audiobook I listened to. I also finished The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I started that on my last night in Philly. I finished that while I've been here in North Carolina. That was a 2-star for me. I really didn't even like the writing the whole time. I feel like a lot of people are saying that they like the story until it gets to the big twist and they don't like the twist and how that's executed. I didn't really like the whole book, but I didn't hate it. I was just pretty bored the whole time, which is why it's a 2-star instead of a 1-star. It just didn't really do anything for me. I didn't like the characters. This is like a Rear Window retelling, so it's about this woman who has lost her husband. She is now staying at this cabin in like New Jersey or somewhere, Rhode Island maybe, I'm not sure, at this lake, and sees that the house across the lake something go on, isn't minding her business, is watching what they're doing, and then gets herself in a dangerous situation, and then twists and turns from there. Lots of twists in typical Riley Sager fashion, different kind of twist for him. I do feel like this book was spoiled for me a little bit based on how much people are saying about it, so I don't want to really say anything about the nature of the book because I definitely guessed the big thing that was going on because it had been hinted to so much, and it's not original really, so yeah, I've seen it done before, and so I just kind of knew what was coming from that. There were other aspects and other elements that did surprise me because Riley Sager does like to stack twists upon twists upon twists, but overall I was just pretty bored with the book. I didn't really get engaged with it. I didn't really love it, and it was just a 2-star for me. Then what else have I read? I've read all of Hyde by Kirsten White. This I was reading for the Literally Dead Book Club, which is the book club that Kayla from Books and Lala hosts. I'm going to be a co-host for the month of June. This was the June book. We're going to be doing the live show in like early mid-July, so I'm going to withhold my thoughts on this one until that live show, just so it can be a surprise what my thoughts were. This is a story about this hide and go seek competition at an amusement park that is turned dark and potentially supernatural. Yeah, not gonna say anything else about my feelings on that one. You'll have to stay tuned for the live show to hear my full thoughts on that. And then finally, I've also been reading Acts of Violet by Margarita Montemore. This is a book that's coming out on July 5th that I have an arc of. I have loved the previous book I read from Margarita Montemore, which was Una Out of Order, so I was super excited for this follow-up, and so far this one's really cool. It is about this woman whose sister was this famous magician and then did a disappearing act and has yet to return. There's a lot of media buzz around her. She's been missing for 10 years now, and it's a lot of mixed media. You've got podcasts, you've got letters and newspaper clippings, and getting the sister's perspective, who is not the one who is missing, and it's really cool so far. It is a little bit jarring because it's such short chapters interspersing of like a letter from this person from this year, and then you jump in a different timeline and it's something else, and then it's a podcast, and then it's a podcast with a different person. So there's kind of a lot going on, but I do like it so far. I am 75-ish pages into this one right now, so that's going to be the end of my reading journey in North Carolina, and then I'll be taking that one to Florida and finishing that one there. And yeah, that has been it. My week in North Carolina was good. Oh, I also watched a lot of movies. I went to the movies to watch The Black Phone, which is a adaptation of a story from Joe Hill. Thought it was pretty good. It was pretty creepy. It was more rooted in real life than I was expecting. I thought it would be more supernatural. I have not read the short story. I only saw the preview for the movie and thought it looked interesting. I would probably give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Definitely not a new favorite of mine or anything, but it was a good enough time. Good theater experience. And then I've watched a million other movies. I've watched so many movies while I've been here. That's just like what me and my mom do together. So we watched that movie Watcher, which is about this woman who has this man who's looking at her across the street and no one's believing her about it. Really slow paced, but really good payoff at the end. So that was like a 3 out of 5 for me. Rewatched a couple movies. So we rewatched The Witch, which obviously I've seen before since it's a rewatch. Enjoyed it a lot more on the second viewing. Also rewatched Hereditary and also enjoyed that one a lot more on the second viewing. So that was fun to rewatch a couple movies. Watched the movie Searching, which is about this guy whose daughter goes missing, and the whole movie is kind of filmed on a computer screen, and you're seeing him like click around and FaceTime calls and setting up security cameras and looking through emails and Facebook and whatnot through that. So that was kind of cool. I liked that one quite a bit. There was a good twist at the end, probably like a 4 out of 5 for me on that one. And then I watched The Voyeurs, which has Sydney Sweeney in it, which is why I watched it, because I love Sydney Sweeney. And that one was surprisingly entertaining. The first hour was pretty slow going and boring, but the second hour really picks up the pace, and it was a lot of twists. It was definitely ridiculous and over the top, but I did have fun with that one. And I think that's all the movies that I watched. There's probably more actually, but that's all I can really remember. I also finished the second season of Lock and Key, so it's just been a productive week. I also was working in that time. I went into my office twice. That was really interesting to go back in the office and see a lot of people for a couple of days, because I've been working remote the whole pandemic. I have had a couple like times where we've flown in and seen each other for quarterly planning sessions and whatnot, so that's what this was too. So it was good to see people there. Met up with my best friend, we got dinner, got to see her, catch up with her, so that was fun. And yeah, that was the week in North Carolina. It sounds like I've been here a lot longer. I did a lot in a week, but I'm super excited to go down to Florida tonight. Excited to get on the road, excited to see the new house, excited to see the backyard, and figure out what we're gonna eat for dinner on our first night in the empty house. We're gonna be roughing it on an air mattress tonight until our stuff comes tomorrow, so that's not gonna be the most fun, but we're gonna make it work. And yeah, I will talk to you again when I am there.
Actually several days later, because it was a lot. I was gonna do an empty house kind of walkthrough. I was gonna do some like unboxing, moving things in montages, but the drive down was absolutely terrible. I was completely drained, and I've just been trying to get things unpacked as quickly as possible because it's just been a lot. So didn't do any of that, but the house is now set up. There are still just a couple of things to unbox. I do have to set up my bookshelves. I'm planning on doing an entire video for that, so that should be one of the next videos that you see. But I thought I'd give you a little walk around, a little show of the place. It's not completely set up yet, but there's a lot that has been done, which I'm pretty proud of, and I love it. It is so much better than the way we were living in Philly. This is the first time we've lived in an actual house, and it's just so nice. There's so much space. There's more space than we know what to do with. We actually ended up getting a 4-bedroom house, 2 baths, which sounds excessive for 2 people, but this was actually cheaper by hundreds of dollars in rent than 3-bedroom houses that we were looking at. We really just wanted like a 3-bedroom, and that would have been plenty of space, but we found this gem that was cheaper and way more space. So it just kind of made sense to go with this because we're planning on being here for a while. But yeah, let me show you a little bit around. So this is the kitchen. It is ginormous and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. There's also a skylight up there, which just makes it so pretty. Like no lights are on. This is just natural skylight, which I love. We have the living room over here. We've got to get the TV up there. It's a situation. Our TV's a little too big to fit, so we're figuring that out. Got the couches and the dog, who is very happy to be here. Aren't you, Cooper? Say, this is so much better. You're so happy, huh? Yeah, he's so happy. Then we've got a big spacious entryway. We've got a nice dining area. We still have all our decor to figure out, so everything we have to hang up is kind of hanging out over here. We have a, again, ginormous bedroom space that we don't even know what to do with. Like we're gonna have to put a chair over here, and like move that, probably a mirror, get a bigger dresser, some plants, I don't know. We're also getting a bigger bed, so this is gonna change, and this is gonna become the guest bed. So we have a guest room. And then the most important thing to figure out is what I'm doing with this room. So this is going to be like my office space. I've got my bookshelves that I have to get set up. So this is going to be the next video. Well, not the next video you'll see, because next you're going to see my June wrap up. But then after that, you'll see a bookshelf organization video where I am setting these bad boys up with the books that are all in all these boxes. And then this is where I'm going to work on a daily basis. So I've got to get my desk set up. I'm probably going to get a new desk. I don't know. But
yeah, I'm very excited to get these set up. I'm super happy that I have 3 full bookshelves now. I'm excited to show you what they end up looking like when I do eventually get them set up. So yeah, that is about it. Again, I'm just so excited to be here. I am so happy we ended up with such a nice place. We were so fortunate to find this place. It is absolutely perfect and it's so comfortable and it's just so nice. It's gonna be so nice. So yeah, I guess that kind of concludes the moving vlog because I have now moved. Obviously things are still in progress, but you'll kind of see that coming together over my next couple of videos. I do need to film my June wrap up because we are 4 days into July and I haven't filmed it yet and I have to edit and upload. I still don't have internet here, so that's gonna be a problem, but that's supposed to come in the next 2 days. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a different style of video from me, getting a little bit more of my personal life going on. I haven't read any more books since I last told you about books, so I don't have any other books to tell you about. But yeah, I had fun doing something a little bit different. Obviously moves are really hard and really stressful and really terrible, but this wasn't too bad and it was nice because I knew I had a good place to look forward to. So I was excited to come to this house, and vlogging it made it a little bit more fun. So hopefully it was a good little win-win situation. Hopefully you had fun watching. I had fun making it, and yeah, that is about it. So I'm gonna get busy filming some other videos because I gotta catch up for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.